Each week, in conjunction with the Ohio Lottery Partners in Education program, we recognize a role model student from somewhere in the state of Ohio. This week, we head to Brecksville High School. Chelsea Mack, first team All-State on the softball field and getting it done in the classroom, a solid B+ student. Chelsea Mack from Brecksville High School, this week's Shining Star. Leadoff hitters set the tone for an entire team. Brecksville's Chelsea Mack leads a Bees offense that keeps constant pressure on opponents. Last year, Mack had 78 stolen bases, second most in OHSAA history, a record her older sister Alexis holds. But Chelsea's focus has changed with an ever-evolving game in this, her senior season.
To beat my sister's record, just because it's kind of been like a sibling rivalry and I kind of just want to show her up. But last year, I came really close. I kind of choked, which was bad. But this year, my original goal coming into the season was to beat the stolen base record. But now as I've started showing my swing away more, that's not as much as my goal. Now as much as my goal is just to literally get on base. If that means I get to steal, that's great. But if I don't, then that's fine too.
The Macks are coaches' daughters. Both played for their father, Rex, at Brecksville, and it shows in a number of ways. Chelsea was first team All-Ohio a season ago as a junior and just keeps working hard and expanding her game. She can do pretty much whatever is needed at the plate.
I actually decide mid-pitch sometimes. Like, I get on first base and I tell my Coach Best, who's usually there, I'm like, I literally did that mid-pitch. But it's literally based off where if I see like the third baseman like coming in, or based off the pitcher if they have a lot of speed, or anything like that. I would say I have a lot of confidence just because I have different tools to use, and I don't know, I have a lot of different options, so it's easier.
She's gotten outside of her comfort zone this year in that I don't want to share too much strategically, but she does bunt, slap, and hit in almost every game. She's alternated between those just depending on, and done a good job of manipulating the defense. So I think for a long time she just relied on her bunt and slap, and now the fact that she's swinging away, she's got a lot more extra base hits than she has historically, and hit a home run the other day.
When Chelsea needs some advice or a sounding board, she has a trusted resource just a phone call away. Her older sister Alexis, who played collegiately at South Carolina, Oregon, and Alabama.
She's someone I really trust. Her opinion after a rough game, or even after like any practice, I call her. I'm like, what do you think I should do? She's like my biggest inspiration, which is like cringe, but she helps me so much, and I don't think I'd be where I am without her.
They're two different kids, so the oldest one was really intense all the time, and this one is really kind of a joy. Like, she's pretty laid back, and in fact, she'll calm me down. Because, truly, I'll be hard on her, and she'll be like, Coach. She'll go, Coach Mack, Coach Dad, Coach Mack, it's going to be okay. It's softball. It's going to be all right. So it's been a lot of fun, actually.
Next year, Chelsea Mack will take her considerable talents to the Southeastern Conference as well. Mack has accepted a scholarship to continue her softball and education at the University of Kentucky.
My sister played at Oregon and at Alabama against them in both super regionals. So I kind of always was following that team. It was my dream school from like 8th grade, and then it kind of went away once my sister obviously went to those other schools. But what I really like about Kentucky is the culture, Coach Lawson, how I can show my short game there, which is like bunting, slapping, and I can show my speed there. Versus other schools won't really let me like steal and stuff, but definitely the culture.
Mack carries a solid B+ average in the classroom and plans to pursue a career in the medical field.
I applied for exploratory health studies, but if I could do anything, I would do health management, which is like managing hospitals itself, which is going to be a lot, but figure it out.
That seems to be one of Chelsea Mack's strengths. She can figure most things out as she goes. If you know a student who deserves recognition, we want to hear about them, and you can nominate them completely online. Go to OhioLottery.com. Find the About section. Click on Partners in Education. There you will see links to nomination forms. Nominate that student as an academic all-star, and they could end up being featured as our next shining star.